Today, we're turning this tiny campsite into a real excavation headquarters, installing some much needed machinery before setting off to rescue Dave, the legendary storage pig. Well, if we're serious about recovering the rest of this machine, we're going to need more than a couple of temporary factories. So, we have a lot to consider. We have a lot of things to do before we can start bringing some of these missing components over to the excavation site. But more so, before we can excavate, we need to build a workshop specifically for excavating, because we're going to need to fix things and get things up and running and working before we can start the big dig. So, where will we build this workshop? Well, this area is pretty close to the dig site, but it's pretty uneven. Over here, we've got a lot of flat space close to the dig site, but the camp is pretty far away. So the logical spot, I think right here, between all these tomato bushes. It's not too far from the dig site, it's close to the camp, and it's pretty much flat. So I think this is it. I think this is the area we can use for the temporary little excavation workshop. This area over here could be a little workshop with some of the temporary machines we're going to need for the expedition. And then this area over here, right next to the camp and right next to the workshop area, could maybe be for some form of temporary little storage. And I think all of this is perfect because if I look at that drill, I have a sneaky feeling that the excavation will expand all the way to this area, which in turn brings the dig site way closer than it looks right now. I think it's going to look pretty neat having this area tie into this area, really expanding on the expedition camp. But before we start construction on that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of time and see to maybe getting all the materials ready that we're going to need, but also sorting out my backpacks because they were a mess, and after this weekend's little stream weekend, even more so. Well, that took way longer than I thought it would, but finally we've got some sorted backpacks, and we've got them over here in a group called just the bricks for now, or just blocks. I will maybe split this one a little bit further. But then we've got items to green up the area with. We've got woody blocks, decorating blocks, schematic cannon bag, and then my create component bag. So I think that's pretty good work. And now we can take all our neat little backpacks and, well, get started on making the expedition workshop, or the excavation workshop, I should say. So get ready and sit back and enjoy as we roll a little build montage. Now we actually have some place to work. So we have a little walkway going down, and I do think it just ties the lower area and the top area together. And I think there's still potential for adding something in this area, but for now we just got a bunch of clutter and components and everything laying around. The idea is for this to become our new temporary storage. So we will link this up to all the appropriate mechanisms and contraptions to make it a functioning storage. Then past the storage system, we have this area over here, and I do like the little canopies just stretching over, just protecting you from the heat. And the general idea would be to have some of our little workshops, or not workshop, contraptions in these areas. And the ones we're going to need is mainly something for cooking and washing items, and then maybe to a press, because we're going to need to stomp down some sheets because I don't have a press in this area. So literally your basic create contraptions. I know, episode 10, and we're finally building the basic contraptions, which I guess Spawn spoiled us with. But then also I'm thinking we need a board, a project board. So something maybe, I don't know, I really like the idea of putting it in this area, or maybe even this area, but just a place so we can see what we've done, what we need to do as we get ready for the big dig. But before we can do any of this, we need to head back to where it all started, the very first expedition site, because way back there, we've got a bunch of things that we need to pick up and bring over to the new camp. Well, a lot has changed in this area. I mean, I've seen some of the stuff like the mushrooms, but there's this little fellow over here, which is something that's going to happen real soon. So we're not going to pay too much attention, but the main reason why we're over here is to come get our drill, and it seems like there is some form of retaining wall. Well, hello. I guess we've got a new lake over here. I will see if I can't change that a bit and just contribute to the build, but that's pretty funny. So drill, that's something we need to grab, and let's just power this on. Just make sure, yep, rotation's off, so we can take that, and then we'll sort out these areas in the future. Then over here we've got the sandwich shop. Don't need a lot here. I might just grab a few stacks for the road. Come on, can we grab one more stack? Yep, like that. So we have some of that for the road. And then I don't think we need any of the produce we're producing, so we're fine in regards to that. Some of our bulk storage, I might grab some of the bulk cobble and stuff just to make sure we have. And then the last thing, I just want to go through our storage system, take out all the valuables and the stuff that we don't have over there yet, just so we can get stuff going. Like, for example, I'm going to need some dripstone blocks, maybe some glass. We can take the golden carrots for sure. Yeah, so just go through all of this, request all of these items, take back as much as we can, and then also I'm gonna take that pup over there, put him on the seat, because Dave needs to go along to the new dig site. I mean, he's the chief storage officer. I'm not really sure what the text back there is, but anyway. So that's it. I'm gonna continue clearing out the storage, grabbing what we might need, and then when I'm ready, me, you, and Dave, we'll take a little trip back to the new expedition site. I don't want to talk to a bot. I want a person. Okay. Don't know what that is. Anyway, yeah, I'll be right back. Well, we both made it back to the new dig site, and I have to admit, I think one of us had way more fun. It's Dave. Than the other. But anyway, now that we're back, we've got a ton of things that we can do in this area, and the first thing I want to do is just set up the storage system. So we need to be able to move Dave from there to his new seat, and to do that we need to turn this into a functioning storage system. So I've got a bunch of items in my hands, and what I want to do is I want to make it so that we deposit into this top container, and I'm wondering if I stand over here, I will be able to shift click into it, so that's perfect. I'm thinking maybe we can move it around so it's rather there, which is perfect. We'll then have Dave on this little spot over here, and I think I'm going to rip this out and put the stock ticker in this spot. And now we just need to think, we could maybe use this little barrel over here as the collection point, so we can get all our items over here, which then means we might have to run it underneath the storage container over here. I don't like the fact that we're going to lose this. I guess it's in the back and it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think we can do that. So what we can do is, and we won't lose all of it, we're going to rip out, say, this one, and maybe this one. Yeah, something like that. And we'll put our packages over there and over there, because that's the thing, that just drops straight down. Okay, so this should work. So that little packager takes out of that container. This one takes out of this container. They send the items down into this barrel, which then unpackages it and then sends it over to this barrel. So now we need to right click our stock links to link them to those. And we're just going to do one on there and one on there. And that should be the system. What I do want to do is I want to just add a little chute in front. We can maybe do it right over there, as it just looks like it forms part of it. And basically now if we were to let's chuck all of these in. If we were to right click those, they fall in, and these, they fall in, and they should now make their way into this vault. Yep, we can see them. And if we had an actual shopkeeper, we would be able to see the items. So let's quickly grab Mr. Dave over here. There we go. I wonder if we can use the pops. Anyway, but no. Dave is the shop official. So if we do that, we can just remove that, our searching engine, but we can see our items and we can nab those. We say send. Do they fall down? What did I do wrong? Why is it not unpackaging it? Do I have to power this? I think I almost need to power this, isn't it? Oh, but it just gives me the whole package again. Okay, something is... Oh, I can see what's different. We were supposed to just do that. There we go. That was pointing the wrong direction. And now we have... Okay, we have a package. So somewhere along the line, I did something wrong. And I know it's because I haven't done this in a while. So I'm quickly going to fix it. And then we should have a functioning storage system. I know what I did wrong. It's such a rookie mistake. I should have seen it. And once I said I'm going to sort it out, I instantly found it. I switched these two around. So you see, the thing is, these two package items into packages. This one then has to unpackage it. So you can't send it into a barrel and then unpackage it. You need to send it into the packager, which unpackages and sends it to the frontal drawer. So we can just demonstrate that. If I put my 6 chutes back in there again, we just give it a hot minute. We say we want all of them. We say send. They will go and they come down. There you can see only the item came through and we have them. We have our item unpacked, which is better than a previous storage system because now I don't have to go around unpacking them after I requested them. Okay, next on the to-do list is the notice board, and I don't really want to do this area because this gives us natural flow towards the dig site. I want to use this back wall maybe for some of our contraptions, just do some form of frame structure in here, and maybe even some of them over here, or even keep a pathway to that temple, or temple. So I'm thinking we should maybe make use of this spot. And at the beginning, I don't think it needs to be too big. So we can maybe do something like this. Let's just take it up a few. We can't go too high either. Will this be fine? Will this be okay position? Let's... Oh, we just broke the cactus. Let's just quickly see how high we can go before we break everything. We can go up a sufficient amount. And it's not like we need all the projects on here. It's just maybe the most recent ones. And then can we do something like... No, we can't. This gets placed in the center. Okay, we need a different copycat. Maybe not panel or panes, but rather layers or panels. Maybe panels will work better, because we need them to sit on that side. Yeah. So those could work, but the thing is they're a bit thick. Can we do layers? Layers. Copycat layers? Because they might be even better. Because they give just that little bit of lip on the side. Okay, yeah, we're going to do layers. And then can we just add a bunch more? We can. And I'm thinking we can rather lose a contraption here. We can fit more in there. And then we move these back over. Just like that. So we just need to get ourselves another one of these copycat layers, which I will do. But for now, we can just grab these. Yeah, but don't mind that color. We will rip out this barrel over here because it's not going to work in this position. We will move that as well. And then I think we should use dark oak again. And let's let it flow in this direction. And then we have some form of project board. Looking at this now, I'm going to rip this out. But that's going to be it. Because now we can literally put signs on here. Or we can even do item frames. So we can have something over there, something over here. We can have a little note. And say another note there. So we have that, which is perfect. And then these can just go up like that. That's it. That's the little notice board. So we've got that going for us. And now the next thing will be this little temporary workshop for the excavation project. Okay, now for the little temporary workshop. It's not going to be anything elaborate. It's basically just every now and then I need to do something in this area and I run out of certain items. And it's stuff like I'm running out of sheets. So I need to be able to make sheets. Sometimes I need to be able to smelt things or cook up things. So what I'm thinking is I should maybe do the smelter cooker on this side, potentially. Something like that. Because then I can make either an automatic thing that flips between the two. Because it's either going to be cooking or washing. So that's going to be something. I'm going to need a basin for mixing like that, and this for pressing. The fans will go underneath this, so let's just put them on there for now. And then maybe just a little temporary millstone that we can put down. I do have the big crushing wheels as well, but are they really necessary? Maybe in this area. Maybe we do big crushing wheels in this area and then these little things in this area. Okay, this is much better. So we've got a little mix on the side over here. We've got our big crushing wheel system. So we did away with the mill and we added that. You insert items over there, gets transferred down, and you can access them down there. Then we've got our little washing system with a little hole over here. So it either washes or smelts. We don't smoke or horns. We will sort that out at a later stage. And then last one, we have our little press. And it's all, it's all ready to go. And the only big problem we do have left is power. We do not have power for the system, so that's something we're going to have to look at right now. And I did manage to find something among all the junk that I've been gathering since I moved here. So let's go rummage through the rubbish, I guess. So the thing I have in mind is right over here, and you can see it peeking out over there. I went back to the old base and I found one of my earlier prototype steam engines. So it's not the biggest of things, but we can at least pick it up and just move it into position, and we can get going on powering the system. And this little steam engine should be enough to power all those contraptions and some more in the future if we need to. But now our biggest question is, where will we put it? This area kind of feels full and cluttered already. So we need to maybe put it on the outside, or we should put it right over here. Maybe even back here. And the reason why I'm thinking right over here is because we have that underwater lake in this area. So if we were just to go down here real quick, just to see, you see it runs quite deep. So we will most probably be able to go from here and go straight up. And I guess we can check if we do a little sneaky. Yeah, it comes out right over here. So that's perfect. So we can actually go through here and come out next to this little chest over here, run a pipe over for water, and have the steam engine in this position, which I'm not against. I don't know what I just did. I just hit my mouse and it went all over. Anyway. So I think what I need to do is I need to first of all get rid of all the guests, because we don't want them here at the moment. And there's quite a few of them. Come on. Ooh, that was close. Okay. So I'm going to find out if I can sleep, and then we'll install the new steam, well, I guess the old new steam engine. Okay, so I blocked off this little area, and if we were to go straight down here, we should reach this lake, which should be fine. We can tap into the water over there, and then from here we can go on over to this point, and I think the steam engine should maybe be in this position right here. that could work. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig some of this out, and we should rather give it a solid base, because I don't think it's healthy for it to stand on the ground. So maybe we can just chuck some of those in here. Let's just quickly see if we can empty some of our inventory, because it's getting really cluttered. Let's grab some cobble, and we can just do a little platform for it. I think something like this. We can maybe rip out this one. Yep, there we go. And we can have the steam engine standing on this little platform, which is perfect. So what we need to do is we need to temporarily remove one of these. We need to put down a track, and then we can just place this down. Just make sure it's facing the right way. Okay, this isn't bad, but we needed to have the pipe on that side. So if we were to do this and this, do that and that. Yep, that's better. And now we can just place down our little card assembler. Do we have a card assembler in here? We do not. They're usually in this one. Yep, there we go. We have one there. And let's just place this down. Oh, what I did notice is it's to the front. Let's just see. Yeah, see, the water's going to be there now, so that's perfect. Okay, so maybe we just extend this a bit more, so it actually does that. Yeah, and we replace this as well. Okay, cool. This is fine, so we just place down our card assembler. And it turned it around completely. Oh, no, it didn't. There's the water still over there. Okay, that's perfect. So we can then take out this one and that one, and let's break this. And I'm just thinking we need to also fuel these, so we're gonna have to have like a little bit of a lava farm, maybe right here at the back. So let's do something like this. Okay, so now it's just a matter of hooking everything up, getting the water transported right into the system, but then also adding a little bit of a lava farm to the back with a little reserve tank to power all of this, and then we can connect all of this up to the workshop. So it's a mouthful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly get all of those things in place and bring you guys back once we have it in, and we can just look and see how this contraption functions. Okay, so we've tapped into the underwater supply, and we're pumping that into our new steam engine. At the back here, I set up a little lava farm, which is currently, well, I don't know if it's produced anything yet, but I did go ahead and, oops, sorry about that, fill up this tank to a little bit. So we do have some lava in reserve. So you can see our water is not really at optimal speed yet. That's because the pump down there isn't fast enough, but we will sort that. But for now, we have a total of 5,461 stress units. So these then run down, they run underneath or between these two storage containers all along the back, and they're powering all of these contraptions. Well, all of them except this one. This one's not running yet because I haven't had time to do it, and I would like to get a rotational speed controller, which we don't have. So this will have to be a me between episodes project. And as soon as we fix that one, we'll also be able to fix this one, because currently it is pulling water in and it should be pushing the water up to wash. But the press is working, which I needed to make more tanks, so that's perfect. And the mixer is working, but like mentioned, rotational speed controller will fix all of this. It will fix the speed and all of those type of things. But I think this is a successful start to the expedition workshop, and I'm pretty chuffed with this. So yeah, I like it. Let me know down in the comments, do you like this new workshop? And then also this big empty space in the center, what should we do in this space? Should we add another contraption, or should we just put more clutter down? Clutter is always good. But anyway, I'm sadly also going to have to call it, because I've run out of time and I need to still get this video out. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you did, let me know down in the comments what's your favorite part. And then remember to also like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.